In this video, you're going to learn about the Hornady Lock and Load AP Progressive EZ-Ject upgrade kit. We'll see what's included in the kit and learn exactly what it takes to perform an upgrade on a Lock and Load AP Progressive press without EZ-Ject. Each EZ-Ject upgrade kit comes with complete instructions, a new subplate assembly with the EZ-Ject feature in place of the ejector wire, and special tools which will assist you in the installation process. This particular Lock and Load AP Progressive press is pretty much stock with the exception of the Ultimate Reloader ergonomic roller lever arm and the Ultimate Reloader bullet tray kit. So I'm going to start by removing both of the bins, the bullet tray bin and the completed round bin. And the next step is we're going to remove the shell plate assembly. The first thing we're going to do is going to be to remove the old ejector wire assembly. So what we're going to do is lift the ram, and then we're going to loosen the screw that secures the ejector wire. Take the Allen key supplied with the Lock and Load AP Progressive press and proceed to loosen the screw. You can go ahead and remove the screw or leave it in. Then lower the ram. At this point we can just move the ejector wire out of the way and remove it from the press entirely. Following that, what we're going to do is remove the center bolt so that we can actually remove the shell plate assembly. So take a 9/16 inch wrench and loosen the center bolt. Then just loosen the center bolt until the shell plate is removed. You can then lift the shell plate off and then remove the retention spring as well. The next step is going to be to remove the primer feed assembly. So now with the large key supplied with the Lock and Load AP Progressive reloading press, we're going to get this started and then just use our fingers to remove this screw the rest of the way. We can then lift the priming assembly off. If you've got primers, make sure to catch those before they fall all over the place. Next we'll remove the primer slider. I like to use a pair of small needle nose pliers to get the spring removed and then pull the slider backwards direction. Then with the ram raised about halfway, I'm going to just pull the spring the rest of the way off. Next we will raise the ram completely. Next we're going to remove the primer punch by using a wrench and just ultimately loosening this. Usually you can get it with a couple fingers. Then we raise the handle to lower the ram. For the next stop, we're going to want to make sure that we have the special tool handy that came with the EZ-Ject upgrade kit. This tool is going to help us remove the spent primer tube without crushing that tube. So the first step is to remove the spent primer hose. We're then going to take the special tool and insert the small end into the brass pipe, which is the spent primer tube. We're then going to grip this with some pliers and rotate, push down until the tube pulls free. If you have a case feeder on your press, now is a good time to remove the case feeder slider. And so what we're going to do is take a wrench, loosen the lower nut. We're going to remove this lower nut completely and the washer. So we're just going to use a Phillips head screwdriver to loosen this upper screw, which will then allow us to withdraw the case feeder slider. Remove the screw completely and then remove the case slider, keeping the assembly intact. The next step is to remove the subplate retaining screw on the left side of the press. So we're going to insert an Allen wrench and start to loosen this nut here, and we'll repeat the same process. Loosen the nut, back it all the way out. And now that the screws have been removed, I'm just going to lower the ram and push gently until the subplate assembly starts to back off. Now I'm going to lift on the assembly until the assembly lifts free.